Diag264 is a diagnostics program produced by Rob Clarke. It can be used to assist in the identification of faults with RAM, ROM, IOs, CPU ports, and TED registers, for the 264 series of Commodore computers. You can find out more by visiting his website at www.inchox.co.uk/Commodore/Diag264. Linked below. Following the link you can download the .bin file of Diag264. Some items you will need for making a diagnostic cartridge. The .bin file of the Diag264 linked below. And the cartridge board. There is a project by SukkoPera called OpenC16Cart. An open hardware cartridge for the Commodore 16 and Plus4. You can obtain the goobers from his GitHub, and order some boards from PCBWay. It requires a 100 nanofarad 0805 capacitor, some headers, jumper caps, and a 28-pin socket. You will need to burn the .bin file of Diag264 to a microchip. For that you will need, of course, some microchips. In this tutorial I used a win-bound W27C512 chip, I ordered from Amazon.com. To burn the file you will need an EEPROM burner. I have a Minipro TL866. And the usual items you need for soldering components. Solder and a soldering wand. The first thing I did was prepare the cartridge board. Small stuff first, which is the capacitor at C1. It is very tiny. Be careful not to sneeze or you will lose it. You may need a magnifying glass to see what you are doing. It is a surface mounting cap. It would probably be easier with an air gun and some solder paste. I did not have any paste, so I will painstakingly use the wand. Using tweezers to place the cap onto the C1 surface mount pad. Now that the board is ready, the next thing to do is prepare an EEPROM chip. The benefit of using the OpenC16Cart is a wonderful capacity to allow more than one game, or program, on a single microchip. Depending of the size of your microchip, you can have not just one, but two, or even four programs burned to it. By changing the position of the jumper caps, you let the board decide which program will fire up on the Commodore computer. The name of the microchip tells you how much data can be stored on it. If you have a 27C128 microchip, then you can burn only one 16K program. If you have a 27C256 microchip, then you can burn 2 programs of 16K each. A total of 32K. And a 27C512 chip allows for 4 16K programs, which totals to 64K in size. The .bin file must be the appropriate size for the chip. The next step would be preparing a .bin file. I have a 27C512 chip, so I am going to prepare a .bin file of 64K in size. To do so I will combine 4 programs. For burning a Diag264 program all I need to do is double it in size to 32K. Then I will double it yet again to 64K in size. I will use DosBox to double this .bin file. To make things easier I made a new folder in the root C folder of my hard drive. Then copied and pasted the Diag264.bin file to it. Next I renamed the Diag264 to something a bit smaller, just for convenience. Opening DosBox I navigated to the location of the .bin file. With a simple command I doubled the size of the .bin file. I typed copy /b, the name of the bin file, a plus symbol, the same name of the bin file, and followed by a new name of a new bin file that is to be created after pressing enter. In the folder is now a new file that is double the size of the original Diag264 file. One that is 32K in size. Now I repeat the command, but add the new file I just created to itself to create the final file I need. One that is 64K in size. If you are wondering if there are now 4 versions of the Diag264 file in this new 64K version, the answer is yes there is. But the Commodore doesn't care. I also have some games in this folder. I will rename those games also to something easier to type out in DosBox. And I will again use DosBox to combine these games into a single .bin file. Since my other cartridge has 2 sockets I will burn a total of 8 games, or programs to 2 microchips. After I am done with DosBox I will get rid of the files that are 16K, or 32K in size. I am left with only the new 64K files. To burn these bin files I will use an EEPROM burner. A Minipro TL866. EEPROM microchips have a notch at one end that informs you which side of the chip has pin 1. Place the notched end toward the handle on the Minipro and close the latch. In the program software the first thing you should do is check to see if the microchip China sent you is blank or not. Do not read an empty chip as it may corrupt a blank chip by adding data. Just do a blank check. At the top I click device. Blank check. Mine are indeed not blank. But the Minipro can erase them. So I erased the chip. Device. Then erase. Now I do another blank check and it is now blank. Next thing to do is load the .bin file. The Diag264 file is loaded into the Minipro. Now program the microchip. Device. Program. Afterward I verify the programming. Device. Verify. I will repeat these steps to program the games. Now I have 3 microchips. A Diag264 Diagnostics chip. And 8 games or programs on 2 other chips. Just place the chips into the cartridge boards. The Diagnostics cartridge will have several colors flashing. Then the screen will keep updating the results of the checks. If your screen freezes on some characters then it has found a problem it can't continue from. A single character may be flashing. Which character and where may have some information. If all you get is flashing white screens, count the number of times it flashes. Consult the Diag264 PDF for more information. Mine seems to be doing okay aside from a minor detail. Games and programs burned to the chips are selected by changing the position of the jumper caps. You can visit the links in the description for the various resources used in this video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video then please leave a like, or comment. And don't forget to subscribe for more retro computer videos. I am Commodore Owl 27, and hope you are doing well. Thanks for stopping by.